brothers and sisters of the Celestial Energy, Brother Wisdom. We are the custodians of this realm. All right? We are the custodians of this realm. And we were supposed to have protected this realm. We were supposed to have preserved this realm. We fell off. And we fell off big time, brothers and sisters. We were supposed to continue fighting for this realm and this planet. Even though we were put under a spell, even though we were caused to fall, we were supposed to still get right back up. But a domino effect happened here on this realm. And instead of our forerunners, our brothers and sisters, the ancestors before us, instead of them continuing to fight, they began to sign treaties and make agreements with an enemy who was at the point of losing everything. And then that's when they introduced religion to us. And they introduced us to this false god, and we fell victim to a lie. How do we get back up as the custodians? Because there are brothers and sisters who are literally guarding gateways where these Saxons are trying to get into every day. They're guarding gateways every day. I mean, they're working in overhaul, brothers and sisters. They're working in overhaul because these Saxons have armies. They have military. They have a conjoining force. When you see all those flags, and one flag that you don't see is the flag called Africa. You don't see any of them in what you call Antarctica and those other areas in the Arctic Circle. You don't see that because they know that we are the custodians, the true custodians. Custodian is a keeper or guard, you know, and we've fallen off as custodians. We have literally fallen off. And so many of us have forgotten our position as the keepers of this realm. We're here to keep this realm. We are here to preserve this realm. We are here to bring this realm, you know, help this realm evolve into a higher energy, a higher force, a higher power. And we have fallen off. We have literally fallen off. We have forgotten our position as the custodians. And though our enemies, as they had our brothers and sisters in that deep sleep, in the so-called 20s and 30s and 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, where our people, our own people, our species, were trying their hardest to join this false energy called a government, because they thought that money was the source of power. They forgot nature, the cosmos, everything. And so as our people were running to be Congress and CEOs and business people and preachers and all this that society has put out here, you got to remember, like I said a long time ago, society is a structure that was created by these Orientals and these Saxons, where they mandate how are you supposed to live, what you're supposed to do with your life, how you're supposed to operate on a daily basis. This is what they put out there. They made it was like a mandate. This is how you operate. This is how you do this. This is how you do that. So we fell victim to the societal structure, and we forgot who we are, what our position was as the custodians of this realm. How do we bring ourselves back from such a great fall? How do we bring ourselves back? How do we realign ourselves with such powerful energies and forces? How? What do we do? And that's the question. What do we do? How do we operate? How do we get in sync? Because we got brothers and sisters who have completely forgotten who we are, what we're supposed to be doing, where we're supposed to be, how we're supposed to operate. Yeah, it's kind of crazy. It's really crazy. And you got those who will want to fight against us for rising because they feel like they're going to lose something. They feel like losing money is like losing everything. Not knowing that losing this system is regaining a certain level of power that you're supposed to have. Why do we continue to fight each other? Why do we continue to want to control each other? Why do we continue to take ourselves through this pain and agony? Why are we continually killing each other instead of understanding our position right here on our realm as the custodians, the keepers of this realm? We're supposed to be over there in Antarctica. We're supposed to be over there in the Arctic Circle. We're supposed to be in all these places where these Saxons have put themselves just to make sure that the brotherhood doesn't come through. We've fallen off. We've literally fallen off, and we have literally put ourselves in a deep bind to the point where it's sometimes hard to operate under the right frequencies and vibrations. Like sometimes I do a video and I know it's a powerful video, but then you're gonna have this brother who's gonna come and he's gonna want to spit venom on the video, and it's like, while the frequencies and vibrations are high, you got your own people wanting to destroy your own people, not knowing that we are the custodians of this realm, not knowing that we're supposed to be guarding this realm, not knowing that we're supposed to continue to fight. Remember, we talked about it, and we did that live session, and we talked about the Second Amendment, and the Second Amendment was actually meant for militias, because our brothers and sisters during that time were killing these Saxons, and we were attacking them, and these Saxons created the militias as a way of protecting themselves from us. Henceforth, as time went on and time progressed, what happened? They began teaching us religion. They began teaching us their laws. They began to educate us. They began to go into different levels of education to make sure that we understood that we are supposed to obey them. And therefore, as time progressed, we had so many illusions, so many brothers and sisters out there. You know, people be talking about Rosa Parks. So Rosa Parks, nobody know that whole Rosa Parks thing was all planned. It was a planned action. These Saxons had planned this. We're going to have her sit up front, and we're going to do this and do this and do this. It was all planned. Just like we said, the Black Panther was all planned. It was started. Do you think Huey P. actually created the Black Panthers? No, they didn't. He didn't. The Black Panther was a co-op between this governmental structure and the parents of Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris' father came from Jamaica, and Kamala Harris' mother came from India. And they are the co-founders of the Black Panther. Yes, they are the co-founders of the Black Panther. You see what I'm saying? So you gotta understand how our people still fall for the lie, just like we talked about Malcolm X and Martin Luther King, and how they, you know, literally put it out there that, yeah, we pretty much did this. We started this. The NAACP was started by these Saxons. All right? So many different factions and organizations were started by these Saxons, and our people just sucked it all up. Oh, what's the NAACP gonna do? And then you had Jesse Jackson and Al Sharpton, who all funded by these Saxons. We had so many different organizations that these Saxons started up just to make sure that we did not come into the knowledge of we as the custodians of this realm. And in the meantime, they're still killing us. So yeah, they created the laws. These Saxons created the law. All right? And the law was created to protect them from us. Just like the Second Amendment. The Second Amendment was created by them to protect them from us. All right? It was to protect them from us. It was to keep them, a way to keep them safe. So they had to indoctrinate our minds to make us think that they were more powerful than us. The religion was fed to us as a means of protecting themselves from us. Turn the other cheek. Love your enemies. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. I mean, this is what they say, you know. And remember, we talked about, you know, love Jesus, love the love of the Lord, and the love of God is the beginning of fear. The fear of God is the beginning of love. Whatever that shit is, all that shit that they fed us, that weak ass shit. It was all designed to make sure that the custodians didn't rise up. And now we're at a point now where we have our own people. If we were to get in a group and have a private group, or what we're going to do, we have our own people who play the role as if they're going to assist us and they would be behind closed doors giving the Saxons all of our information and telling them what we're going to do, how we're going to do it, when we're going to do it, why we're going to do it, where are we going to do it. See what I'm saying, brothers and sisters? The custodians have literally forgotten who they are. And so many of our people don't understand the importance, don't understand the importance of us and our realm. They don't understand the importance. They just don't, they don't get it. Our realm was literally a utopia at one point, where brothers and sisters from other galaxies and other universes could dock their ships, could come here and rest. We had all these buildings that you saw, like you see the World Fair and all that stuff. This was all for the brothers and sisters who came from outer space, who came to dock. They came and they will park, and they will have their vessels here, and they would get in. They would get a room, and we would have food, and it was beautiful, and we didn't have anything with money and all that stuff. There was no money involved with that. It's just that after this great war that took place and Tree of Life destroyed, structures destroyed, spells implemented, we forgot that we were the custodians, that we are the custodians. We forgot. And it's like, what do you do in this type of situation? How do you function? Where do you go? Where do you go? I mean, it's these are like all these questions. You know, how do we get back to this place? And it's like, wow, we got so many distractions, and then we know the energy is here from our galactic sun, and we know evolution is happening all everywhere. We know this. We know this. But the question is how do we get back to that position, back to that place, as the guardians of this realm, as the guardians of this galaxy? How do we get back? Because we've fallen off. Now you got these beings here trying to put themselves in place and trying to say that they are the original and they're the indigenous, and I mean it's a bunch of craziness. And it's like, how do we get ourselves back together? That's the question. How do we get ourselves back together? How do we bring ourselves into this place? I mean, there's so many fucking questions. It's crazy. Because we lost something great and powerful that belonged to us, and we gotta get it back. We gotta get it back. We're the custodians. And the custodians need to rise up. That's why we talked about building and creating, designing and structuring and opening up your minds. And it's not about bonding with your enemies. How the fuck are you going to bond with your enemies and stand up against them at the same time? You know, brother at work, he was talking about the movie Avatar. He's like, I couldn't even watch Avatar 1 in as much as watch Avatar 2. And he's like, a lot of people don't get it, that Avatar was all about people coming out of space and invading the planet and taking over the planet, and then their people taking the place of the original people and then becoming their leaders. I said, bro, you just put that in a fucking nutshell. I said, you put that in a nutshell. He said, I couldn't get myself to watch 1, He's like, I can't even get myself to watch 2 because I know what it's all about. The custodians, the brothers and sisters who are the custodians who made a decision to stand against their own and fight for a species who came here to make sure that they remain in a state of sleepiness. I just don't get it. We've got so much to do, brothers and sisters. And I see a lot of our people say, hey, my family is standing against me on this here because, you know, that indoctrination, that spell, you know, that Christianity spell. You know, you got to understand, Christianity is witchcraft. Our people don't understand that. Christianity is witchcraft. You coming out loud and say, I give my soul to Jesus, that he may guide my footsteps, and you don't know who you are linking into. Christianity is nothing but witchcraft. The Islam is nothing but witchcraft. You're literally linking into somebody, some being outside of you that they're supposed to bring you happiness. And then in Christianity, say, well, you know, if you suffering, it's all in the will of God. And don't worry, just go through the suffering. You know, just go through the suffering and it'll be all right. And, you know, it'll be, you know, you enjoy the suffering. That's what they say. Enjoy the suffering. Because they say, you know, in the Bible, it says there's joy in suffering. It's like, where does that make sense? Christianity is witchcraft. This is a way to keep a people down to make sure that they don't rise again. That's what it's all about. To keep a people down, to make sure that they don't rise again, to make sure that they don't become that power, that energy, that structure, that life, that everything, to make sure that they don't return back as the original custodians of this realm. And brothers and sisters, believe me, brothers and sisters, we fought. You talking about what they call 100-year war? You talk about the Gullah Wars that lasted for damn near 200 years? We fought. We were fighters. We were warriors. We were soldiers. We fought, and we did not give up until we made agreements with our enemies and started signing treaties. And they say, okay, we give up. But tell you what, we can make agreement with you, and we'll do this, and we'll do this, and we do this. And we made agreements with them instead of killing them off at the very moment. And if we would have did that, we wouldn't have been here right now. But we were warriors. Now look at the warriors. Alternative lifestyles. Marrying and dating outside of the species. Completely forgetting who we are and claiming to be something that we're not. All of our warriors. And you got the brothers and sisters fighting against each other. The prison system is filled up with our warriors who's supposed to be fighting with us, who's supposed to be going back into that dark power and that dark energy, that sorcery, that wizardry, everything. They're supposed to be going back into that, but they're in the prison because, they killed a brother. They killed a brother for a piece of cotton paper with a Saxon face on it. They killed a sister for the piece of clothing with a Saxon name on it because they thought that was a sense of power. We've forgotten that we're custodians. We've forgotten that we're custodians. And now the question is how do we get back? I'm going to leave that as a question. All power to the multi-chakra celestial angelic beings. May chaos reign with you forever and ever. And remember, brothers and sisters, chaos is everything. Chaos is change. How do we get the custodians back? How do we bring ourselves back as the custodians? Because we have so many brothers and sisters out there who have literally done an about face and refused to see who we are. You got brothers and sisters in the who's police officers and judges, and they're watching this. They're watching this. I believe me, brothers and sisters, they're watching, and they see what I'm saying, and they're ready to stand up for this Saxon system, this alien-based system. They're ready to stand up for it because they believe in it. They believe that this. They believe, oh, I'm American. I'm this, and I'm not this. I'm not this, and oh no, I am black. I am black. You know, they. This is what they believe. And they will fight stern heart, brothers and sisters, police officers, judges, attorneys, all they will fight tooth and nail for the system because they don't know that they are custodians, that we are in that bloodline of the true custodians. Yeah, it's disappointing, it's depressing too, brothers and sisters. Well, this too shall pass. All right. I'll catch you guys later. Much power to you all.